It creates intense self-doubt. And this one breaks my heart the most. Maybe not the most, because I think having pleasure in food is super important. But this idea of doubting yourself to deeply doubting who you are and how you can function in the world is really it's corrosive. Let's call it what it is. It's corrosive. You you don't need to doubt yourself. You actually need to strengthen your relationship to yourself and strengthen your ability to use judgment going through the world. But calorie counting really makes you look back at your food choices and think, oh my God, oh my God. And when you go back and forth as people have, and I'll lay that out a little more clearly, you'll find that the way in which we use these things in our lives cause us to doubt ourselves, and quite deeply. And you actually need confidence to make progress on your health. So how did we get here? How did it become, as I like to call it, the cult of calories? Just because everything is about calories. It's on every package. It's in every discussion. It's the basis for the vast majority of weight loss plans. And it's one that I've almost thoroughly rejected. There is a side note as to where I think calories are useful, by the way. I like to look sometimes when I'm buying packaged food, which I try very hard not to, but occasionally it's useful for density. And in fact, when the whole idea of calories was invented, that's exactly what it was for. There was a man named Wilbur Atwater in the 1800s who discovered the calorie, and the purpose of it at the time was to help people identify food that had a lot of density to it, meaning that it had a lot of energy, it was caloric, it was for the purpose of figuring out, like, if you wanted to avoid something that was super dense, you could use this unit of measurement, which, by the way, the science was in a bathtub. Like, I'm sure that the science has progressed some. The whole purpose of this section is not to give you an exact rundown of science. It's not meant to be a science lecture, but to pull from these ideas and then help you understand how it came to be that we use them. I think that's really important. Like, we have a whole society that runs on ideas, but you have to go back and look at these things to see if they actually are useful. Do they serve us? do they do they help companies sell you nonsense, which I would vote the latter.